Hello and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Does anyone have any plugs quickly before we jump into things? No? I'm quickly going to say the Patreon and the Redbubble, as always. You can find links below. And Shakespeare in the Gardens is this weekend and next weekend. As I mentioned last week, I am playing Shylock in The Merchant of Venice. Come see it if you can. It's shaping up thus far to be a fun show.
Depending on which night you go, you might even see me or any of us who are going to watch it, or even Emily from the Curse of Strahd campaign, because she and I are allowed to cross the border again. Yeah. Amazing!
That will hopefully be a very dated reference by the time this comes out.
Yes.
And hopefully still be accurate.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right.
Yes.
So...
And also, I guess, just the general one is thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yes,
we love you.
listening.
Listening to the podcast and interacts with us and makes art and all that stuff. We love you dearly.
All right. So, without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. Okay, so where we last left off, a few things of note happened. So the party were reunited with Rook after Ross gave her boss a bit of a rundown of everything they knew regarding Zorthram Tathara. This reunion didn't really have time to breathe, though, because of an attack by guards sent by the Wizards of the Ruins to attack the headquarters, led by one Samuel Visk, an old friend and classmate of Ross's. However, he was soon revealed to be involved in some sort of plan when teleporting away, discussing and getting into an argument with Ross about the lack of time. Meanwhile, back on Erethold, Neumann continued reading his book while Bertie gifted one of two gifts to Caius, a brooch that plays Flight of the Valkyries. So, let's jump back into it with exactly where we left off with the phrase, under his orders.
What? I'm sorry. I know you're very short on time at the moment. It's 5 to beginners here. But I would really appreciate it if you told me what the fuck was going on, Sam.
All right. It's not ideal. I can send you further details further on. But I have been on a mission from the Concord for the past 4 years to infiltrate infiltrate the ranks of the wizards. I'm part of the guard in New Arcadia. That supposed friend of yours, not who she seems. That is
Rook.
Except it's not Rook. It's not Rook. Rook is still in a dungeon in New Arcadia. That is Dread Magus' Zath.
What? Detect thoughts. Is he telling the truth?
He is telling the truth. You can roll me a history check to see if you know who Dread Magister Zath is.
That's an 18.
18 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You are aware of loosely who Dread Magister Zath is. They are supposedly one of the more elusive members of the like one of the more elusive Dread Magisters. There are rumors of them being some sort of shape changer, but nothing substantiated.
Why did you have to kill Jakar?
Because there was suspicion being laid on me that I was some sort of mole, and we decided that there needed to be some sort of near irrefutable proof of my loyalty. The plan was always to wait a few days and then have one of the priests of the Three Sisters bring him back.
And I beat you to it.
You did. Thankfully, they weren't in there at the time. I might be able to still recover from all...
They saw you kill him.
They saw me kill him as they were leaving. Hopefully they didn't see you revive him. I might be able to convince them that the body is left to rot, and that I was able to deal with the rest of you. But you need to deal with Zath somehow. My thoughts are they're too powerful for you at this juncture. They're too powerful. Your best bet is to string them along. Think that you are not a party to their secret. Until such a time as you have the allies or the resources to take them out.
Tell me something that proves you're telling the truth. Tell me something that proves you're not him.
You've already delved into my mind.
Prove it. Sam, I'm not betraying all of my new friends who have been here for me. And believe me, I want answers from you, Sam.
Taven's phylactery lies within the Wizards of the Ruins tower in Durham.
Okay. Okay. What's on the cover of the card you gave me?
You may need to remind me what this
It's
is, because it is him.
It's a drawing he did of her as the character from that play.
So...
You can make up a name, you can make up a play, but...
He doesn't say that. He produces the card from under his left gauntlet and shows it to you.
Wait, the card he gave me, or one of the cards I gave him?
One of the cards you gave him.
You have it with you. And she digs through her bag and pulls out her one that she literally just grabbed.
Do you have a way of getting back into that room?
It'll mean we have to stay in Bapsashard an extra day, but yes.
That is too much of a risk. Stay here for a moment. I will get the guard away. Give it 5 minutes, and I will get them far enough away that you can go back through the main way.
Okay.
And he places his hand on your shoulder and casts a 7th level Cure Wounds, curing you for 35 hit points.
Oh, baby. Oh, that's so many hit points.
Before casting Dimension Door again. And disappearing from sight.
Where did he Dimension Door to? Just briefly.
You cannot see.
Oh, it's like a dark room?
No,
Like-
it's like it's 500 feet away. Like he's
Okay.
got a large scope of area.
No,
and
I was just wondering,
there's
where,
buildings
what's
all-
around me?
buildings. Like you're in the street. Yeah.
She goes to the nearest alleyway and just sits on the ground.
Okay. Meanwhile, inside, Zath and Anya.
You can't hit me with all of that and then expect me to go back to where I was 10 minutes ago.
I mean, for you, nothing's changed
You
from
don't
where you were 10
know.
minutes
I know,
ago.
I know. I just give me 10 seconds to just. So Anya, as Sam and Ross go through the dimension door, she reaches out and her hands just sort of miss through nothing. And she lets out this gasp and her eyes go wide and she's like, no, this can't. And she's, her breathing is getting quicker and quicker and she just collapses to her knees. And she's like, it's happening again, isn't it? I'm losing her again, I can't. And she's shuddering and just overwhelmed with this sheer absolute panic, trying to control her breathing, but she just can't. And tears start running down her face. And she's just muttering to herself, no, he's too strong, she's gonna die. Like,
Hey now, that's all right. So like as they disappeared, Rook looked rather angry for a moment, was just like, what's going on here? This isn't going right. And then they see what is happening with Anya, and they'll drop down beside her and go and put a hand on her shoulder and be like, hey now, it's gonna be all right. Are you okay there?
Anya, she flinches to the touch, but she doesn't respond. And she's sort of lost in it, and shakily she reaches down, her fingers brush over the pan flute, and she reaches behind it and grabs the ruby rod. What were the... Sorry, I keep forgetting the
ruby
the
rod of the
specifics.
Pact
Sorry, just
Master.
give me...
Yes.
Yeah, it's the specific things that she can cast. So, she's going to communicate with Zorthram Tathara, but I just want to very quickly...
Cannot anymore. Asmodeus locked it to himself as a target.
Asmodeus, sorry.
Okay.
Slip of the brain. Too many packs.
Yeah.
Okay. Where?
What are you
Oh,
attempting to
there.
use? Augury, divination, commune, contact other plane, or the persuasion for Asmodeus's intervention?
Commune.
Commune. Okay.
Yeah.
Will I be able to hear what Anya is
Oh,
saying?
wait, no, sorry, not commune. Because commune is the yes or no answers.
Contact other plane?
Yeah. Contact other plane.
Okay. So make the intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, right. This is gonna go bad.
Zach,
Okay.
you do not recognize this rod from any of...
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, you're fine. And you reach through. Anya, a pleasure for you to ask for my company for once.
She's still having a panic attack. And she's not at all really registering what he's saying. And she's like, Ross, I need to know where Ross is. Can you help me? Is she alive? Is she safe? I need to know where she is.
Outside.
Outside? Is she okay?
Yes.
I need, and she kind of, she's like trying to shake out everything of herself, but she's not really thinking coherently. And she's like, okay, you can only answer, okay.
Yes, unfortunately, that's how the spell works. One word at a time for your answers.
Is she going to die soon?
Unlikely.
Okay. Okay. Will I be able to get to her?
Yes.
Is Sam a danger to her?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. That's 5, right? You can only answer 5? I don't answer that. Okay.
And you find your consciousness taken back to the room with the very weakened Drakkar and who you believe to be Rook.
Anya, what's going on? Are you okay? What are you doing?
Okay. She's safe. Can you? I need you to check on Drakkar. I would, but I can't. I need you to check on Drakkar.
Okay. How do you know that she's safe?
Just check on Drakkar, please. And she
All right.
reaches into her pack and she grabs her water skin and she's drinking from it and splashing some of it on her. And she's trying to sort of slow her breathing. And she sits back as much as she can and just practices the same sort of breathing that she was showing Ross earlier that morning.
Okay. Yeah, Rook will just kind of like check over to see if she's doing okay, and then walk over to Drakkar to assess his level of health, pretty much. I guess, can I get a medicine check to see, like,
Um,
general his hit point status?
yeah, roll me a medicine check.
Okay, that's a 10.
10. It's hard to tell. He's pretty beaten up.
Okay. He's hanging in there.
Anya, she's still... her breathing is still ragged, but she's basically unresponsive, because she's just trying to resynchronize her breathing. And she's going to be like that for a good few minutes. Is there anything that either Rook or Drakar do until she comes back to?
I think Rook will kind of, like, be very... Yeah, I don't know, she really wants to know how Anya knows this, but she also doesn't want to, like, upset her further. So she's just going to kind of keep an eye on her and then probably go and sit next to her.
After
Quietly.
After a little bit, she her breathing is evened out, and with like really shaky hands after being just completely sort of still for that couple of minutes, she takes another drink of water, and she's like, her eyes are still closed, and she's like, I'm sorry you have to see that. Are you okay? And she opens her eyes and looks over to Rogue.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm bloody angry that I must have been the cause of all of this. They must have followed me here. I can't be sorry enough.
Anya sort of smiles weakly, and she reaches out a hand and holds Rook's hand, and she's like, "It's fine. I'm honestly just relieved to see you.
It's good to see you too.
I'm sorry that our that this didn't go as smoothly as we'd hoped."
Me too. I'd hoped that I'd keep my troubles to myself.
No.
This is a big failing on my part. I'll see what I can do to put this straight.
Rook, when have you ever known me as someone who doesn't take on others' trouble? It's okay, I'm just glad that you're with us again. She kind of looks up and looks over to Drakar, and she's like, I might check on him. And she sort of half crawls her way over a little bit and then squats next to him, and she's going to do a medicine check.
Okay, roll me that medicine check.
Just
for reference, Ross, how long before you are going to sneak your way around?
Sam said he'd send me a message.
Okay. Well, it's probably around a what medicine check?
A 6.
Okay, yeah, it's hard to tell other than the fact that he is beat to shit.
You actively make him worse.
Her hands are like shaking as she's trying to assess him, and she can't really concentrate very well. So she just shakes her head and kind of sits next to him and rummages around in her pack until she finds her potion of greater healing and feeds that to him.
Okay. Yeah, so Ross, outside, you get a message through sending. The coast is clear. Don't let Zath leave. We can't risk them letting anyone working for the wizards know that Drakkar is alive.
I'll work something out. If you need me, I'm at the Cloak and Stagger in Deosil and the Sylvius Manor in Durham.
Okay.
And then she'll go back, and on the way back, she puts the card back in her bag that she has been staring at for the past 10 minutes. And about 20 feet from the entrance, she's going to break into a dead sprint and run in and then slam the door behind her. Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
Anya, she looks up at Ross and gives her like a really small sort of weak smile, and she's like, I've given him a potion. I couldn't check him properly. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Fine. It's okay. We're fine. Yeah.
Ross, where did you end up? What happened?
I don't. Just a few streets over. Not much point in killing me, is there? And I know what he's like. I know what he's always been like. So
You seem to know him. Is he not a threat, or?
I thought I did. He's changed.
Oh man.
He's not the person I knew anymore.
Well, I'm just glad that you're a rat.
Let me.
I would like. Oh, sorry. I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts on Ross.
Okay. So, Ross, what are your surface level thoughts?
She's a method actor, baby. Well, also, no, not to cop out. I'm not copping out on this one. But she is genuinely thinking Sam has changed.
That's it. Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because he has.
Yeah.
She is then going to look at the door and just drag any piece of furniture in front of it. I don't know what they're doing next. We should stay here right now. And then she's going to go over to Drakkar. And she's going to lean right in next to him under the premise of like she's going to do her standard hand to the back of the head. She's going to do a pulse check. And she's going to have both hands on the side of his head and be like, don't move. I'm so sorry. And then hug him. And while her head's down next to him, she's going to whisper, Sam told me. Oh, I'll be a bit loud. Sam told me. I know Zath's in here.
Can you say it slightly louder? And Darby, can you tell me if Anya's passive perception would pick up on it?
Yeah, you've got a passive perception of 30.
I know. So can you say it loudly for the listeners also?
For the listeners' sake, I'm so sorry. I don't know what my volume translates to over the mic. She says, Sam told me. I know Zath's in here. What do I need to do?
Anya very carefully doesn't react. But if anyone was paying attention, her ears twitch slightly.
He whispers in return. Get as far away as you can, if you can.
I'm not leaving you here.
My place is here.
And so is mine.
Is he all right?
Ross is going to pull back and kind of wipe a fake tear.
I know a little tiny bit of healing, if I can help.
No, it's fine. You talk to Anya.
Okay.
You two have a lot to catch up on. And she will, healing words Drakar at a second level.
Okay.
Wait, do you want me to roll that?
No, I'll roll.
Cool.
Just for simplicity's sake. Okay.
And then she's gonna, go about kind of tending to wounds, his and hers. Keeping one ear on their conversation and making meaningful eye contact with Drakar.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, I got to make my way to Anya. Like, so, how are you holding up here? I mean, emotionally and physically.
Well, I took a few hits. She kind of blinks and scrunches up her face a little bit. She's like, I'm fine. I'm just exhausted. She very weakly takes another sip of water and she's like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the Sam situation, but something is wrong. I can feel it.
Yeah, things really do seem strange. I don't know. Do you know anything about Ross and Sam's relationship?
No. She keeps her life private, like I do.
That's fair. I can't believe it. I was just on my way here because I wanted to find Ross. The resistance in New Arcadia there, they said I was too dangerous, too much of a liability because I was trying to, actually find these wizards when they were just too mired in bureaucracy and everything. And, well, it turns out now I am a liability. I'm so sorry. I thought I was being tailed, but I thought they were just trying to kill me, not trying to kill everyone else.
Anya sort of smiles weakly and she's like, it is the fight in you that is your strength. It's weak of them not to see that. And if that has upset some, then those are just more unlucky people who will not live in future.
I guess I just wish I could be. Wish things hadn't worked out this way. I just wanted information. I just want to find those wizards.
I guess you haven't found anything about your family.
Not much. No hard evidence. So I was hoping that we could have a little business venture and team up a little. You're also trying to work against these wizards, but I'm sorry to be getting into business when You don't seem to be doing too well.
It's been a long few weeks. I think I just lost my leg. But you know that we will help you through it. Not even a question.
Thank you. I've said before that you're a kind person more than you think of yourself, and that's the truth. But I'll also try to help you folks if I can, of course. That's how our partnership works, right?
What you do is what you have done. You
Okay.
have helped me more than you.
Back on Erethold, Bertie and Caius were exchanging gifts. Much more lighthearted air.
Oh my god.
The
Caius is-
final bars of Flight of the Valkyries just fading out.
But he's sort of like hunched over with his like little fingers kind of steepled in front of his face, and like but his ears are pricked up quite high. Or like more like they're kind of like flipped back because there's like gravity ears. But the second that like Caius is starting to like just get really happy, he's like they're just pricked up, but he's still like watching very intently.
As the music dies down, he's going to look at it again. I love it. This is amazing. And he's going to take off the brooch that he has on, which is his family crest, and he's going to replace the family crest with the gift brooch. He's going to put his family crest, tuck it away in his pocket.
Bertie looks quite taken aback and a bit more pink. He's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I wasn't too sure. I thought it would be nice. I'm really glad. I had to hum it too. I'm not very good at singing, so for them to figure out the song. So I'm glad." That was the right one too. It would be pretty embarrassing if they like charmed the wrong song on there.
I mean, any song probably would have been fine, but this is a good one.
I'm glad. Was it a song you've heard before, or is it just came out of you because of your magic, or like the old magic, I guess?
It's the first time I've ever made that sort of music before with magic. No, when I was younger, my parents took us all to see a performance. A big orchestra came to Durham, and that was one of the songs that was played, and I really liked it.
Oh, well, that's great. I'm glad. Good. I'm glad it was a happy memory for you. And hey, ironically, I guess now that we figured out I can pretty much make you fly, we literally can play that song and relive the airship thing as well. Or you can just use it like whenever, and it should be like a pretty quick action to do. To make that music happen. So yeah, actually, cool thing would be you can make that cloak billow and then like play the music. That would look so cool.
Okay, so the next time we're in a fight, that needs to happen.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I'm really glad you like it. And talking about fighting actually, the other present, the more serious one. Okay, And he kind of like looks around the orchard again, like for a moment, just takes a beat, and he's like, cool, so like, I don't want to be too serious, because I like seeing you happy. That makes me happy. So I keep mentioning this, and I'll be honest, like with most things, we always just end up kind of dropping it because you don't want to talk about it. I get worried now every fight that you put yourself in danger because you don't trust anyone else and you don't trust me to have your back. Just putting that out there. That's, no news, I guess. And I get it, because I think we're very similar people about that. Because, yeah, it's easier to worry about other people than yourself and stuff. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of research these past couple of days about magic and ways I think I can help you if you're going to help me with all of this stuff. In the past, I've always hung up the bat because I'm not a fighter, and I nearly died more times than I can count in the last 3 months without anyone saving my ass until you came along. And the others have helped, but, we've kind of just had to do what we've had to do to survive. But I have to get better, so... And I'm never going to be like you. But the last couple of days, while you've been doing your reading and pillow fort building stuff, I've been, along with the wing stuff, I've been practicing ways to get the enemy to do other things, or freeze up, or move myself, or move you out of there. And... again, this won't work if you don't trust me, and I can't trust you to trust me, if that makes sense. He kind of I just looks at Caius, and then kind of takes a deep breath. Yeah, but since I can't do the head talking thing, and you said yesterday you didn't like it that much anyway, well, there are these. I've used them before. And he then pulls out another little box, like a little wooden one, I think, which he pops open to show the messenger earrings. So I imagine they're just two very plain earrings.
Yes.
I don't know if they have any other specific features, Darby, or on site. I don't know.
No. They're just very kind of nondescript.
Yeah.
So these are, if you would like to add messenger earrings, you should be able to find in D&D Beyond. So while wearing the earrings, you can use a bonus action to open communications with those wearing the connected earrings. While active, you can communicate telepathically with creatures wearing the corresponding rings within 500 feet of you. Additionally, the rings have 3 charges, and you can expend 1 charge to cast a sending spell to one target, also wearing one of these earrings. Alternatively, you can expend all 3 charges to send a message to all creatures wearing the corresponding earrings, as if casting the sending spell to multiple targets.
I imagine this is probably written in a little piece of paper that when you open the box, that's there as well. The instructions. And again, Buddy will look at Caius, try to gauge Caius' expression very quickly.
So reading the little inscription and trying to piece together what they would do, he's sort of lost in thought for a little bit while he's understanding. And he goes, oh, these would be very useful.
Yeah. If we both had these, with some of the spells I've been working on, I could tell you when to not look, so you don't get hit too, or if I have a plan, or if you have a plan, the enemy won't know. Because I think I'm pretty good at following instructions, and I think if we trusted each other more, maybe you could listen to that too, And I mean, I'm not saying we don't trust each other, just, I know if, it'll be just like a whisper, just between the two of us. If that makes sense?
Yes, it does. I think that's brilliant.
Cool. well, the only thing is you have to be wearing it properly for it to work, so I notice you don't. That would mean piercing one of your ears.
Oh.
I don't know if that's obvious. I was suggesting it would be, we would be the people to... That would be the pair, because I'm trying to figure out magic to complement you. And most importantly, you have to trust me. And it kind of like starts to ice over a little bit while he's trying to do this. So he's looking a lot more anxious. He's like, and that doesn't mean just what I ask you when we're having fun, throwing you around in the air, or you saying you trust me because that's what you might think I want to hear. I said I need you, and I mean it, and you need to trust me. I care about you a lot, and I've reached across continents to keep you alive when your sisters couldn't even comprehend it. I need your protection. My old god name-dropped you specifically because you're amazing. But I can help too. We can keep each other safe, because I know... Well, I get that you feel bad about everyone else. Ross and Ravenna and the rest of us, but you matter too. So just think about this one, okay? You don't need to use this, it's up to you. That's just, that was just a thing I thought of. Yeah, sorry, that was kind of a mood kill. I probably should have given the dumb person second. That was pretty silly of me. Yeah. Yeah, so...
Well, thank you. I mean, first of all, this brooch is amazing. I love it very much, and I will use it all the time.
I'm glad.
And these earrings, that's a very smart thing that you've made. That will be brilliant in a fight, and we seem to attract fights somehow. I think that would be wonderful. And while I don't have pierced ears at the moment, there's a first time for everything, and some of my sisters have pierced ears, and they say it's not that bad. So I'm sure it will be fine.
Well, I can do it. My old dads, well, they could do that. So if that's something you want to do, I could do that. You could use some of your eyes magic, so it wouldn't even hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
That's something to think about anyway. You don't have to do it at all. I've just been thinking about it, and I bought a couple. So the cool thing is that you can focus real hard and talk to everyone about it if they have it, but it's mostly communication between two people. You get it?
No, I think it's a brilliant idea. And again, I know I have said this a couple of times, but I do trust you, Bertie. And I think it's important that you know that. I know I don't really talk very much about myself, and I do try and avoid that as much as possible. However, Neumann has said that he thinks it would be a good idea for me to do that in the future. So maybe I will.
Yeah.
In the future, at some stage.
You don't have to. It's...
Well, we'll see what happens. The future is a long way away anyway.
That's it.
But I think what's important is that you know that I do trust you, and everything that I have done has been because I trust you, and I trust the rest of the group. And I think my little nighttime journey that I took really made me realize how much I should trust everyone in the group. Because even though I sort of left, as soon as there was a whiff of trouble, you all came. And that's not something that people who don't trust each other do.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing you would do for us, so... And it's because we care about you.
And I care about you all as well.
Good. Well, as I said, we don't have to do this straight away, but I can do that if that's something you want to do. Well, obviously, I got that many piercings already. Yeah, it only hurts for a moment too. But yeah, it's very weird. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think getting the earrings would be a good idea. If we could maybe do that this afternoon, I sort of need to hype myself up for it a little.
It's okay. It's all good. I mean, I had a lot of alcohol most of the times I've done it, but I will not have any when I do it to you, because that would be very bad.
Okay.
That's it. I can hold my liquor a lot better than some people can. So, but anyway, cool. Well, thanks for the talk.
Thank you.
Meanwhile,
And now the sparring.
Yeah. Yes.
and as Caius and Bertie begin training, we head back to Karas with Rook, Anya, and Zap, Anya, and Ross.
Newman's just in his room,
And
chilling, reading about Wendy and Kyle.
Hope they're doing well.
And
Oh no,
Stacey.
it's left on a cliffhanger actually. Newman has finished the book, and
that's
he is
right.
very
Aw.
dissatisfied and wanting more.
But his intelligence is now like 23.
Disgusting. Okay,
Oh, nice.
so we're back in Karas
Yes.
with the squad, and nothing's wrong.
So great.
So Drakar is gonna like pull you to the side momentarily, Ross. He's going to say, "You need to leave. You need to take them with you, as if nothing has gone wrong, as if they were your friend. But be wary of them. If they can get out of here, they will surely tell what they know to their companions."
Sam said to keep them here until he could at least get everyone else away, but
Roll me a deception check.
no, he did say that.
He's like he
Yeah,
did, I'm
but
not lying.
you know that it's kind of half truth
Okay.
because he's
Okay, then-
he's gotten them away.
Pedal it back, pedal it back,
Yeah.
pedal it back. That was Zoe being stupid, not Ross being
Okay.
deceptive.
Okay.
Okay. Ross is not playing. I can take them to Deosil. There's a fighter there. I think he's one of the only ones with a chance of taking them down. And there's a magic user there that I think might help once we reveal their true form.
Right. Okay. Meanwhile, I will reach out to Sam and see what he can do about retrieving your friend.
Stay in hiding.
Yes, that
His
that
part of the
is-
plan relies on that.
Yes.
Drakar. He said he's been with the Concord this whole time.
He has been. It has been 4 years of work.
When did he find out?
It is hard to tell. It was not.
No,
It was not too long before he was sent on the mission.
I told him where we're staying in Deosil.
Okay.
If you need to find me, it's the Cloak and Stagger.
All right. I will keep that in mind.
Is everyone else okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We knew, thanks to Sam, that this would be happening, and so we made sure that we had few enough people who would fall and enough people who could pretend to fall, that we could let things happen as we had wanted them to. Then you showed up, which provided somewhat of a spanner in the works, but as long as we get them away, I think we can salvage this.
It's my MO, isn't it? I'll get them to Deosil.
It may, in the end, prove to be an advantage.
Well, we at least know the wizards haven't gone that south.
Indeed. Okay. Anya and Zath, what are you up to, if anything?
I think Zath is mostly like someone like uncertain what to do since Anya looks quite distressed. It's probably just trying to I don't know, does Anya look receptive to questions and stuff, or like she doesn't want to talk?
Neither.
Okay.
She's kind of sitting there, still trying to regain her energy. Because if any listeners or fellow podcast members are familiar with panic attacks, they do take a lot of energy out of you. So she's really worn down, but she's not unreceptive to questions.
Okay. Yeah, no, Zath will be familiar with panic attacks via Rook. Okay. Okay, hey, do you need quiet, or what is there anything you need right now?
No, it's okay. I'm just a little worn out. Can you do me a favor, Phil?
Of course.
Don't tell Russ I freaked out. This can be put down to the battle and the mind control. I don't want her to know.
No, of course, I won't go spilling any secrets. You've got my word.
I think she's just worried.
Yeah.
But no, I'm okay. Thanks.
She seems to have been with you folks for a while now. I was looking for her here, and then she wasn't here. She's been traveling with you?
Not super long. Long enough. Maybe a week after we parted ways, we saw Ross again and, well, asked her to come along, I guess.
Oh, nice. That's good to hear. She seems she's a pretty good person from the time that we spent together. I'm glad you got another ally on your side. And yeah, don't worry, I won't go.
She I don't know. I see a lot of dream in her, and I guess I've taken her on as a bit of a ward, I guess. I just want her to know how to hold her own and to be able to get through this. You know?
You see, there's that kindness again. I think you've been having quite a few life changes too since I left you all. I'll be interested to hear about everything that's been going on. I think we'll have to see if we want to sort any of this mess, if it can be sorted. But then, if you folks would have me, I'd like to help you again. I think it was something of a mistake leaving you folks. I'm not good on my own, I think.
You did what you needed to at the time, and that's okay. You can't fault yourself for that. Everything at the moment is... You're not the only one who has made bad choices, and I'm starting to learn that sometimes we have to accept them, because even if we make mistakes, well, it doesn't make us any less. I've made a lot of choices, and so have many of the others that I don't think have been the best, but I wouldn't want any of them to think it wasn't right at the time, or it wasn't needed at the time. I know I'm not making much sense to you. It's like I said, a lot has happened. But of course we will have you. And please don't try not to hold yourself to too much of a loss. You wouldn't have known that this part. And I'm so sorry that it didn't work.
Thank you. Yeah, it's disappointing, that's for sure. But I'm sorry to be burdening myself on you when you're not doing so well. I know what it's like to, get real stressed out about things and all.
You're not a burden, look. You know this, and especially not to me. Okay? It's okay.
Alright. So, I take it Ross prepares the teleportation spell?
Yeah, Ross is going to pull out the rock in order to get us back to Deosil. And
Now,
she's
remind
going
me where you took the rock from?
from the alley next to the tavern.
Okay.
She is going to say to Anya and Rook, Rook, I know we haven't had a lot of time to catch you up on everything, and I know it feels counterintuitive to leave right now, but the rest of the party needs to be with us.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. You folks know best what has to happen with the party.
Yeah, so we'll be heading back to Deosil. And she looks back at Drakkar and just kind of does a little nod.
You see him taking
She's like-
an amulet out of a small lockbox and placing it around his neck.
Ooh.
Can I roll Arcana on that?
What, can I
yeah.
roll
Insight?
Arcana on that?
Yeah.
Arcana would probably be the better thing.
I'm also going to roll Arcana on that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, I didn't know very well.
Oh my god, my Arcana is really good.
Ooh. Okay, I got a 17.
17. Anya?
Yeah. 14.
14. And Ross?
29.
Okay. So Zath and Ross recognize this as an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Basically, stops anyone from scrying or using divination magic on him.
Seth will file away this information.
Okay. And then Ross is going to do the thing she always does, where she makes everyone she's teleporting put a hand on her shoulder. And then she's going to grab the rock. And she's going to go back to DSL and just give... And just...
And you
Away we
reappear
go.
out front of the tavern. Neumann, you probably see this out your window. It is probably about, 10 in the morning at this point. And Ross, Anya, and Zath, you see there is a halfling figure who is familiar to Anya and Ross outside the front of the tavern, holding a vial in one hand. And let me see if I can find my thing for this as we bring in a brief cameo guest from
Amazing.
Incredible.
so
Sorry, seeing everyone's reactions while I have been sitting here with our cameo guest, but keeping this deliciously secret. Very funny.
I wondered why they didn't leave.
Been here the whole time.
All right, what does Spoon, my arch nemesis,
I rolled a
do?
1. I had no idea what was happening.
you have no idea who this halfling is.
Yeah.
Do we want to maybe introduce our guests and who they're playing?
Yeah, so this is one of our Patreon supporters, Jessie, who happens to be a dear friend of Eddie's and
Most personal
the
friend of
show.
mine.
And the person behind the Spoons NPC as part
Amazing.
as part of their Patreon rewards. So, Spoon.
I'd like to walk up to my dear friends. Hello there. Nice, lovely to see you again. Now, I have come here for a reason. My actions on our previous meeting were not well received. And I, out of the goodness of my heart, my whole body aches for the grief that I've given you, and I wish to make amends.
Anya looks down at Spoons and she's like, Spoons, this is not a good time.
Ross briefly looked quite like at the sight of Spoons, and then whatever the fantasy equivalent of a light bulb moment is, went, "No, Anya, I would love to hear what Spoons has to say."
Yes, exactly, yes. See, now I can just tell that this is going to be the start of something absolutely fantastic. And I rummage through like a little knapsack that I've got over my shoulder, and I bring out a wrapped parcel. It's got like some nice-ish fabric wrapped around it, and I'll hand it to Ross. Now, this is holding it up. This is a gift to try. Obviously, will not fix everything, but to try and make up for the grievances we've had, and to try and start a new friendship.
Is anything going to happen when I touch it?
You will touch it. Of course, it's not going to. Nothing's going to happen. It's a gift.
Anya, she's still quite weak, but she's glaring at Spoons. Like Spoons could probably feel it burning into the side of Spoons' face.
I guess Rook will see this and be like, excuse me, Rookasara here. What grievances have you had with my friends?
Oh, nothing like too extreme. It has just been some ill-received pranks of a sort, just some friendly banter of the sorts. Just some fun.
Rook goes to Anya like, it doesn't seem like it was too friendly.
Anya, she grabs one of her daggers and sort of twirls it and holds it again, and she's like, oh, well, Spoons very almost got quite familiar with my dagger, didn't you, Spoons? Pinning your clothes up to that wall in that alley there.
Yes, I do remember that. Very fond, very fond.
I think my dagger might miss you.
It certainly didn't before.
Ross grabs the package.
Okay. Nothing happens upon grabbing it.
She opens it. She is gonna flick up. Can she see Neumann through the window? Is he pressed against the glass? Hello?
Roll me a perception check. Jake, answer that question, please, because that will influence the DC.
Well, actually, Neumann is waving his arms violently, but not towards the people who he's now who we can see, like the party members. He's actually waving his arms to the sky.
Okay.
I rolled 11.
To those who might be paying attention, the clouds are starting to form letters.
Oh.
And,
amazing.
The words are going to say, Ross and the rest are back. Just to keep it short and simple.
Okay.
He was
Anya
going to just...
notices the writing, and she squints a little bit.
He was just going to write "they're back," but because a big battle war just
That would
happened,
be
he sort of
terrifying.
considered that would be a bad idea. Everyone would come in arms,
There'll be someone out there like, oh god, who are Ross? Who are the others?
So I'm going to say everyone except for Caius have a high enough passive perception to notice this. Ross, because of how Neumann is wildly gesticulating, you can make him out through the window.
Okay. Cool. She's going to open the parcel. The gift! The olive branch extended from the short pink-haired hand of Spoons. She will open.
Okay.
But angled towards Rook.
Okay. So, you open it up, and it is it's a wand. The wand it seems to be made of nice materials, but they've been kind of slapped together somewhat haphazardly. There seems to be a slight thrum of magic to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what it would do, but it's a wand.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh, of course. It's the start of our new friendship, you know. I couldn't get, the best of the best, but this is something, and I hope the thought behind it counts.
Thank you. What does it is it just a focus, or does it cast anything in particular?
It has some spells. There are several spells that it can cast. I haven't used it myself. I'm not one to particularly use focuses or wands or anything like that. I don't exactly, and I like start rummaging through my pockets to see if I've got like a little slip of paper or like some parchment that has like what it has written down. Would I have something like that?
The best you have is like a shoddily written note that was attached to it initially with the price tag on like the price on one side and shoddily written Wand of Wonder on the other.
Ooh.
Here we go. I like try and like smooth it out in my palm. I'm just like, okay. And I hand it up to Ross. I'm like, here we go.
She takes it. Oh! Well, thank you, Spoons. I deeply appreciate this.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Just to make up for the past and, start again.
And I do apologize for how harshly we reacted last time. Upon reflection...
She's like, I do not.
Thank you, Spoons.
And they do like a big sort of flourishy bow.
Ross does one back.
Excellent.
Okay. So, as Spoons leave, Bertie and Caius, are you doing anything in reaction to the cloud writing?
So Caius is trying to teach Bertie how to defend, and is aggressively like gaining on him with a sword, just going, okay, now left and above and then to the side and then down to the side again.
I mean, because Bertie is quite small, he's trying really intensely to try to focus on this, but then his eyes catch the glance of Newman's skywriting, and he's like, oh,
And now to the left, whack!
oh, it was a good one.
Well, you did very well right up until you started looking at clouds.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Heads
Sorry
fly.
about that.
No, that's all good. Look at the look up now. It's not a trick. I'm not going to punch you back.
I look up and look at clouds.
You see the text, like looking up deliberately being pointed out.
Oh my god.
Does Caius know how to read?
I'm guessing
Enough for this.
I'm guessing because Neumann could see. They must be nearby. Do you want to go find?
Okay, yes, that might be a good idea then. Well,
Yeah.
well done. Sorry about...
Shit.
No, you did very well defending right up until you didn't, but before then it was great. So let's go. And he's going to grab all his stuff and toddle off.
Barry hurries along, just like holding his side.
Alright. So, and Neumann, I take it you would be going down to join them? Okay.
Yes, so he is going to be looking out for Bertie and Caius at the same time, hoping to get there at the same time. If perhaps they come to the hotel, he will then direct them to where the rest of the party is.
Okay. And as the party reunites out front of the tavern, we cut again to Karas, where we see the sight of a city, a large, sprawling city where, unlike most cities, where you would expect to see the largest buildings at the center and the smallest at the outermost, this one is almost concave in its construction, with the largest buildings being in the outskirts and the buildings at the center almost being practically broom closets in size. We see through the camera going into one of these central closet buildings as Rook, the real Rook, in tattered prison garb, is rushing through halls and halls of teleportation circles trying to find the right one, when suddenly through one of the doors she sees emerging a man dressed in the garb of a high commander of the Dread Magisters, flanked by 7 soldiers. That's where we're going to leave it for this episode.
Yeah, that's how Neumann did it. He was like,
All right. Thank you for listening, everyone.
See you next week, everyone.
Thanks for
yeah, sorry I had to listen to all that.
Yeah, sorry for listening, actually. Yeah, and thanks, Jessie.
Yes,
Thank you, Jessie.
Joining us, Jessie.
Awesome.
All right.
I cannot wait to see what it does, because it absolutely does something bad.
I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
See you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Dialogue.
I love how you
But they're very
effectively managed to
sincere
hurt
apology.
everyone.
Yeah,
Sorry, just talking across Laura, I just remembered the end.
Alright, no, that's good.
Sorry.
Oh.
Incredible.
Your scream.
The
The
spoon
amount of
portrayal was
emotional
perfect.
fucking turmoil.
You know what I am glad about, though? That we're playing again tomorrow.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
gonna be so
I had
easy to
to wait
remember
a
stuff.
week.
Oh,
If I had to wait a week,
it's good
God,
timing.
drive to every
Hey,
I can't have to wait so
long.
long.
Hey Darby,
Well,
question
at least I know
for you.
what, Grim gave you.
That book is done. Does that effect happen immediately, or do I need to take a rest?
It
For that to be
happens
effective.
upon completion of reading.
Okay, cool. Are we okay to make that done?
Yes.